Welcome to the debut episode of EJ Stamp of Approval. I'm your host, EJ. Here, my co-host and I review old and current movies and decide whether they should get the official EJ Stamp of Approval. Today, we're reviewing Solo, a Star Wars story. Plenty of spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen the movie already, I suggest you go out and see it, unless you don't mind me spoiling it for you. Now, I do have rotating co-hosts that my producer, Elliot, sets me up with every episode. He claims it keeps it fresh. So today, joining me for this review of Solo, a Star Wars story, Euro EJ. Was that your voice singing that jingle? You've got a very good ear. As a matter of fact, it was. It sounded a bit like a cat being boiled alive. Whoa! Are you trying to tell me I can't sing? Dude, people have paid to come hear me sing. I've got my own ears to hear you now. I think I know what a dying cat sounds like. Let's just get on with the show. EJ Stamp of Approval. Now, I do have to ask, because I really can't make it out, but what exactly is your accent? Well, my accent is a blend of European accents. It's a little bit of British, a little Australian, a little Cockney, a little gibberish. Gibberish. Never knew that was a dialect. Learn something new every day, don't you? Except for how to sing. All right, so Solo, a Star Wars story is the backstory for the popular Han Solo character from the Star Wars franchise. No Harrison Ford here, as we get Alden Ehrenreich. I think I nailed it. Who plays a younger version of Han Solo. So, how do you think he did? I think he made me miss Harrison Ford even more, to be honest. I just didn't believe he was the younger Harrison Ford. I mean, I could tell he tried to make us feel that way, but much like your singing career, it just fell flat. Now, do you have to take shots at me while you're reviewing the movie? I think we all get it. You don't like my singing, but honestly, I've heard your dialects now and I'm not that impressed. Yeah, it's not a dialect, it's an accent. Let me speak for our audience. I think we all think it's a shitty accent, and you probably need to fire your dialect coach. You know, in my homeland, when someone questions your accent, you're actually allowed to smack them right in the face. Well, in my homeland, if you smack me, you're gonna get your ass whooped. Alright? Look, I'm sorry, Elliot. He's threatening me on my own show. What you want me to do? Anyway, back to the movie. I thought Alden did fine. Did his portrayal blow me away? Not really. Most times I kind of forgot I was watching a Han Solo film. Kind of felt like you were watching just a really cool space adventure featuring some random character. I thought the movie opened with a really cool chase scene. They don't go into a whole bunch of detail as to the struggles he's had to face on Corellia, but you definitely get the sense that he wants to get off of Corellia. Let me stop you right there. I don't think he struggled that much at all. Right away, Han comes off as a cocky little shit that thinks he can do whatever he wants. Well, honestly, I really think they didn't want to stray too far away from the Han Solo we've seen in other movies, who, to be honest with you, is a cocky little shit in his own right. Are you mocking me? In my homeland, when someone... All right, back to the movie. I thought it was really cool how he got his name, Solo. With the officer basically giving him that name. That was a really fun bit. And there's a whole bunch of just fun bits that connect you to the rest of the Star Wars universe. Probably my favorite part was how he meets Chewbacca. Who knew that Chewbacca tried to eat him? That was something I didn't know before this movie. I know now. But to watch them go from, him being a meal to now they're best friends as the movie goes on, that was really cool to see. Their relationship was the best thing about this whole movie. They're the only relationship you really even care about. So I am going to agree with you there. And that's probably my biggest issue with this movie is that outside of Chewie and Han, you don't really feel the connection between the other characters in the movie. I love Thandie Newton. And I was actually really sad to see her go so early in the movie. But I think I was more upset than Beckett was. Beckett's entire crew gets wiped out, and I don't know that he really bats an eye. Even this connection that we're supposed to buy between Han and Beckett. At the end of the movie, Han is really upset that Beckett dies. You can tell he's an emotional, he's going through an emotional roller coaster there, and I didn't buy it. I mean, I didn't really feel the connection between the two in the movie in the first place. Lando's connection to L3 is never really explored. I mean, he almost died saving a robot. Even Han's connection with Kira is shaky at best. I mean, we saw them kiss in the opening, but outside of that, you don't really get a sense for why they're so connected. I mean, you know he wants to get her back, but I think that's where this movie was really lacking. They didn't really give you a reason to care about the connection with these characters outside of Chewie and Han. Speaking of Lando, I believe Donald Glover was able to do what Alden in your singing voice could not. I believed he was Lando right from the start, and I really enjoyed every time he was on screen. I did believe in his relationship with Han, or non-relationship, or whatever it was, and I really think they did a good job establishing his character in this movie. I mean, Donald Glover is fucking untouchable right now. Well, one, watch the cursing. Fucking untouchable! Elliot, get your boy. I mean, where was I? And two, I do agree with you. Donald did do very well in this movie, but I don't think it's fair to compare Alden and Donald. I mean, Alden was asked to carry the whole movie. Donald was just asked to do a couple of fun bits in the movie, so of course he was able to shine pretty bright since he wasn't asked to carry the whole movie. I believe in your country they call that hate. I believe you're hating on Donald Glover. I'm not hating on Donald Glover. It's probably because he can sing better than you. It's got nothing to do with his singing voice, which actually ain't all that anyway. I knew it. Hate, 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 hate. I wish he could do your little jingle. I bet it would sound magnificent. I do the jingle, okay? Nobody does the jingle but me. EJ stamp of approval. Back to the movie, man. It was nice to see Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany makes his return. We just got through watching him in Avengers Infinity War. Here he's returned. He plays the role of Dryden Voss, the villain here. And I thought he was a pretty believable villain. I wish we'd have got a little bit more of Dryden Voss. It was sad to see him go so easily, though. I mean, Kira took him out pretty easily. I mean, if she's that damn good, it seems like she could have took him out at any time. Kira. Much like the Black Widow, she apparently has a lot of red in her ledger, but I have no idea what it is. They literally gave us nothing about what she's been doing. Well, I love Emilia Clarke, and I thought she did a really good job. I just wish we would have gotten a little bit more backstory, a little bit more history on Kira the character. With that being said, I do think it's time to go ahead and judge this thing. So we are judging, of course, Solo, a Star Wars story, and I have 3 criteria. Number 1, did it entertain me? I was entertained. I thought it was entertaining to me. It was worth the time that I invested. Number 2, was it worth the price of admission? Personally, I thought it was worth the price of admission. I would have rather seen that the first time in the movie theater instead of waiting for Blu-ray. It did have a big cinema feel. It made you, it had a lot of special effects, just things I would have rather seen in the movie theater versus seeing that at home. And then number 3, would I go and see it again, Han Solo, in the movie theaters? So no, I'm not going to go that far. I wouldn't go see it again, but I did think it was cool to see it the first time. So that gets it 2 out of the 3 things that I look for, which mean that it does indeed get the EJ stamp of approval. Now, at the end of every review, my co-host and we actually will reenact a line from the movie. And you at home, you can decide who you thought had the better portrayal. This is a segment I call
EJ versus EJ.
Everything you've heard about me is true.
Everything you've heard about me is true. Everything you've heard about me is absolutely true. Whoa, he added the word absolutely. It's in the quote. It's absolutely not in the quote. And you're supposed to do it the way it was done in the movie. That's how it was in the UK version. All right, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching EJ Stamp of Approval. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel and definitely share this video with others. Hopefully next time I do have a more competent co-host. Thanks for watching. Whatever. Just don't end the show with that awful EJ Stamp of Approval.